Hello! Welcome to Aviva Studios. After watching Hazbin Hotel, I got inspired to create a better story with angels, demons, and human souls. And because I'm a Christian, I would really like to tell a story where God's angels are not evil. The word angel means messenger, so that's exactly what they're going to be. And here's the plot I came up with. Okay, so a guy called Nathan, who is a murderer and a thief, dies in a gang war, right, or gang fight, and he goes directly to hell. Nobody who goes to hell is ever confused. He knows why he's there. God doesn't leave people in the dark. He's not surprised that he's in hell, but he's surprised that hell exists. He meets up with the demon prince Stolas, who asks him if Mammon was supposed to collect his soul. Mammon is the prince of greed. Now, of course, that wouldn't be his prince. His prince would be the Satan, prince of wrath. All demons are prideful, right, like Lucifer, but varying degrees of prideful. Right. Stolas is the only demon who is able to swallow his pride and ask the human soul for help. Demons hate human souls, partly because of their sins, and partly because they're just vastly inferior to angelic minds. But Stolas, he swallows his pride and asks this inferior soul for help. I haven't figured out what they're going to do yet, but I know I want there to be a long journey where they meet many demons and many angels. Like Gabriel, who I'm naming the story after. The movie that I'm going to create is going to be called Gabriel, because the angel Gabriel has this big presence. In my mind, I'm imagining these big abstract backgrounds that don't represent anything on Earth. They are just like strange, interesting art pieces like Picasso, right? And it represents heaven and hell, right? Because I don't want this to look like the world, right? We don't want it to be like Hazbin Hotel, where hell is just a city. I want like abstract backgrounds, strange shapes. I haven't figured exactly how it's gonna look, which is why I'm not gonna be working on this for a while. Right, but this is just an idea I want to get out there and make a video about. Since I haven't figured out what exactly to do, I'll just tell you about the personalities I've come up for these angels. Prince Stolas is this prideful, scholarly character who has been studying almost everything. Philosophy, the stars, just everything that interests him. He looks down upon Nathan because Nathan is a human sinner whose mind is vastly inferior. But he's come to the conclusion that there's something he needs him for, something that he can do that he can't. The angel Gabriel is a cheeky, cheerful servant of God who sends messages. He trusts God with his whole soul and is an optimist, but still feels bad for his demon brothers in hell. Then there's the angel Michael, leader of the angel army, stoic, but unsure of himself sometimes. He's unsure if sending Lucifer to hell was the right decision. Lucifer, as well as the other demons like Stolas and Mammon. And finally, I'm going to talk about God and God's personality. Here's a few of my attempts at drawing him. So in this movie, God refers to himself as the being, the very first one. When he appears, he's like this 10 feet tall man. But maybe he shrinks down when the conversation gets intimate. He is authoritarian, and he knows the future, and he makes these calculated decisions, and he expects you to trust him, right? The demons were confused about a lot of his decisions, as well as the angels. He is full of love, but he is also deeply saddened by the amount of evil in the world. He came to the world as Christ in order to try and redeem humanity. He doesn't come to Earth and teach every individual person what to do, because figuring out what to do on your own is a part of what saves you, right? Like you thinking about stuff and figuring out what is the best life is what makes you worth saving. Or at least it's one of the things. Is there anything more I can say? I mean, I'll answer your questions in the comment section, but I think I've said enough. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.